Afternoon. Sorry, I got a little caught up on something there for a minute. How's everybody doing? Uh-oh. Almost killed my iPad. iPad thing. So what's going on, everyone? How's everybody doing today? I'm doing a little better than yesterday. My anxiety anxiety's a little better today too. But the depression yesterday was brutal. I never did get a new printer. There's one I want, but it's not in stock anywhere, so I have to wait for them to restock. Hey. So, don't mind me. I'm just doing a little shipping stuff while I'm talking. Today's definitely a better day than yesterday. That's for sure. What are you guys up to? I'm just glad I don't feel like I did yesterday. That depression was insane. Hey. I think I get it in my head because it's like I'll be in like a somewhat of a window. You know, nothing great, but it was tolerable is okay with me. And then when it starts to go away, it just fucks me up. I get depressed. You know, same old bullshit, different day. Let's see, 4 pounds, 10 ounces. Size is 12 by 12. 12 by 12 by 6. It's nice to be on again. That's just the way it goes. Sometimes my symptoms, I was only on benzos for 3 months and it completely destroyed my nervous system. I have no idea why. Things got worse for about a year. And once it was about a year and a half, I would say, things started leveling off. It took a long time for me to even level off. So you'll get there. It'll stop getting worse. Sometimes waves get worse. So don't let waves fool you, because waves are always worse. But yeah, it's almost impossible to like answer all that because this whole thing is such a joke, you know. Yeah. Benzo Buddies is hard. That was the first page I saw when I got sick, and I got horrible advice from them. Horrible. That's the reason I'm on Remeron and why I'm still here, is because of that page. Because it's just it was not cool. But some people can take that long. I'm here 5 years later, and I'm also on Remeron, and I'm also had a lot of problems with it and whatever else. So I'm sure that didn't help. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about it taking you 5 years or nothing, you know, because everybody's different. Anything could happen. Okay. Didn't want to have to sell that so fast. Hate when I have to sell things that I like. But yeah, there was times where 3 years out, I thought I was getting worse, but that's just all in my head because it takes so long to heal for some people that it goes so slow you can't really tell that you're getting better. And then all of a sudden you'll get hit with a wave and it just feels like you never got any better. But you do. I always looked at like holidays and I'd look back and I'd be like, last year I was worse. And sometimes when you're in a wave, it kind of it skews that, the way. Yeah, I've done it all every time because I just never know if something will help me. And so far nothing has helped me in all my time. Supplements for sure didn't help me. They fucked me up pretty bad. But to each his own. It's not gonna kill you. It might make you feel bad for a few days, but sometimes you gotta try. I know I'm low in vitamin D and B, and I can't take either of them. I was never much of a drinker. But I did smoke a lot of weed. Smoked weed every day. Got me through a lot of bad times. Wish I could still smoke weed, but I'm too unstable for any of that. I used to only have a drink like once every like 3-4 months. Nothing major. It was weird. Like 2 weeks ago, I totally wanted to drink. I'll never drink again, to be honest. After what I've gone through, I'll never drink again. But I, that's a tough one. Um, I suffer pretty bad, and there's a lot of it. There's no way just in my head, but I know I make it worse because of anxiety. I know anxiety I make worse in my own head, and therefore my symptoms get worse because of anxiety. So there's a constant loop of me fucking that up. So some of it for me is that's definitely true for some of it. Yeah. It's like I've thought about that many, many times about how I possibly make things a lot worse for myself. But in general, the regular's not moving yet because I'm going to be doing something over here. There's a portion of symptoms that there's just no way it's just in your head. I mean, I can, it's just too much. And if it wasn't all in my head, then I'm a fucking asshole. And I do a lot of wicked shit to myself. But I've overthought that a lot. And I know some of it's in my head. It's a good, it's cool you brought that up. Come on, Cord. There we go. Set this back up. I sold part of this music studio part, and then now it's a mess. There we go. I've never heard of somebody go back on a benzo and be fine. Never heard of it. 5 years. I've seen hundreds of people go back on benzos and wish they never did it. I mean, honestly, if benzos worked for me and I never had a tolerance issue, I would still be on them probably to this day. I wouldn't have thought any difference. I would have just stayed on it. But 2 weeks later, I was already going into interdose withdrawal, so I was pretty fucked right away. I mean, everybody can make their own decisions, but I would not advise anybody to do that. Because 99% of the time, benzos don't work the same again. Benzos are a real fickle bitch. And then what are you going to do when you're back on them and it doesn't work? Is that a chance you want to take? You know? Like I said, if they worked for me from the beginning, I'd still be on them. I'd be on everything that ever helped me still. But every time I take something, I'd take more, and I'd take more, and I'd take more. And eventually, there's only so much you can take. I'd hate to have to be the person to try to get off of 40 milligrams of Xanax or something like that. You know what I mean? Or whatever the fuck. Because if it stops working and if you get cold turkeyed off of 40 milligrams of Klonopin or something, you'll probably die. And if you don't die, you are going to suffer severely. And you hope to God you have somebody to take care of you for years on end. It's just not something I want to do. Yeah. Nothing is an easy decision in this situation. Benzos are a bitch. And if you think you're suffering now, eventually you're going to have to try to get off of them when you get older. Even older, you know? And it's going to be that much worse. I'd rather suffer now while I can. I always look at it this way. Say I suffer for 10 years. I hope not. But say if it is 10 years and I live to 75 years old, then I've got 65 years where I can live and be tolerably happy. That's a big difference. And I'd rather have it that way than keep on struggling with these pills for another 20 years. It's just my anxiety is what pushes me over the edge to almost go on different drugs all the time. Me getting through another day is really hard. And I have a while to go. And I'm not even tapering the Remeron again yet. When I do that, it's just going to get worse. And I am going to struggle with trying to get through that. Even though I know the anxiety is coming from what has happened or what I'm going through. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'll do my best. No, they're not. They are no good. No good. I am beat. I've tried a lot. Yeah. I couldn't tell you everything I did because it's been many years since I was like a teen to now, and I'm 44 now. So I can't remember exactly like what I tried, but I wish I could go back to the anxiety I used to have back in the day. But with that being said, those days I thought my anxiety was hard. And I went to psychiatrists, and they prescribed me, pretty typical drugs, Prozac, and there was another Lexapro and stuff like that. It always fucked me up and made my vision issues worse and stuff like that. So I went through a lot of years of trying different weird drugs, and eventually I just stopped trying drugs, and you um, I probably tried like 7 of them or something, and Wellbutrin, whatever that one. It gave me weird sexual side effects. Buspirone or whatever it's called. That one wasn't even that long ago. That was probably about 6 years ago. Tried that one. Didn't do nothing. That was a bunch of them. And it wasn't until I moved to Texas, which was 5 years ago. I live in Wisconsin now, but when I moved to Texas, and I had a therapist there, and my regular doctor prescribed me Xanax for anxiety, and that's when all hell broke loose, basically. I'm not going to go through the whole story again, but I've tried a bunch, and then he changed me over to Klonopin. Before all that, I started Tramadol when I lived in Arizona. This was with my ex-wife. That was many years ago. That stuff changed my life. I was so happy on that. It was a painkiller, and at the time I didn't know it, but it has an antidepressant effect in it, which I didn't know. Of course, I should kind of make sense, because if you didn't take it, you had a lot of brain shocks and stuff, very antidepressant-like withdrawals. So that was weird. But I took that for many years, but my tolerance kept on building and building and building. And eventually I was taking so much of it, I had to get off of it. And I only went through like a withdrawal for like 2 months on that. But Tramadol was a lifesaver for me to get rid of the pain that I had. It made me happier. It just made me feel good. I accomplished a lot. I was able to drive across country by myself. My anxiety was better. Just the whole shit was great for me. But within a 3-year time, I was taking so much of it. And at that time, you could order it online. So I was spending a lot of money on that stuff. And getting it from my doctor. I was taking about 16 pills a day. 5 or 6 at a time. And I'm like, oh, I just got to stop this. I thought I was going to destroy my liver. And it's not like, it's like some might call it like I was an addict, but it was like I was just getting the same feeling I was from the time I started it. What's up, AC? No doctor would have ever prescribed me Vicodin. Then I would have become an addict. I love that stuff. But I got high from Vicodin. Tramadol didn't really make me high. It just made me feel better. Yeah. Oh, Jimmy. Ugh. Yeah, of course. It's pretty sad, you know. Because everybody's mental status kind of went down the fucking shitter with COVID. And here's some pills to get you through it. And then if they're taking it for 2 weeks, they're already dependent on it. And now it's a whole new slew of people who are going to come to the recovery pages going, oh, fuck, what do I do? Sucks, man. Sucks. If they didn't get dependent on it so fast, I don't think it would be such a huge issue. But people think 2 weeks, whatever, you know. I could feel it coming on in a week, but I wasn't sure what was going on because nobody ever explained. I didn't understand the drug. I thought I had to take it for a while to get its full effect, like every other drug. But no, it doesn't work that way. And that's what I thought. But everybody was making me believe it was like some other way. Yeah, some people can take it on and off. Some people have taken it for 40 years and have no issues. But we're a small percentage. That's why doctors don't believe us, because other people have no issues. Oh, I see. Nice. That's right, Jimmy. That's the thing. I mean, and I was taking what, 0.5 or 0.25, a quarter. It's fucking nuts, you know? And it destroyed me. For all the people that have been commenting and messaging, and a few people have about the Candida. I'm still researching that, and it seems legitimate. I mean, it's definitely something I'm definitely taking in consideration. Out of all the things people suggest to me, and oh man, I wouldn't. I know it wouldn't completely heal me or nothing, but if I could feel a percentage better, I'm willing to try. So a lot of people do. I don't know. It's just people have suggested that it's a possibility that I or other people in the situation could have it. Now, I've had brain fog and bullshit for 30 years. Realistically, I don't know why doctors haven't talked to me about that many, many years ago. I've had 40 doctors, and not one has even mentioned the word. I can't afford that stuff. That's the fucking thing. Everybody's like, go to the functional doctors, go to this. First off, I'm not going to start taking all these supplements that they want you to take, but I would like to get these tests done. But my first step is, and it doesn't matter if doctors believe it or not believe it or whatever, I'm going to talk to my regular doctor this month. I have to talk to him about a few things. I'm going to talk to him about it, see what he says.
and just get some more information. And it's my first step. I don't take these things lightly. I don't jump into anything either. But like, even if one day I did a Candida diet, I couldn't afford it. And I only live by an Aldi and a Walmart. So getting organic meat for me is almost impossible. So I'd have to figure something out. I couldn't afford that diet. But I'm thinking about it and putting things together in case I do go that route. It takes me a bit. But I take. No, I'm not fasting. No, I gotta work. I'm already hallucinating. I'm not gonna fast. I wish it was that easy. I wish I had somebody that could take care of me so I could do all these trials and errors, but I don't. I need to eat. So that won't happen. There's a lot of things that people suggest to me that I blow off because it's a lot of corny shit. But the Candida one, I'm pretty interested in. I know some people thought I was not listening to, but you got to understand, I get people telling me about every which way in the world that's what's wrong with me. And I know what's wrong with me. I mean, I know my nervous system's completely fucked because I felt that when I fucked up the Remeron. It was insane, and I know what it does to my brain. But do I think I have something else going on to a point? I've always thought I have, but I wasn't sure what it is. But this one might be it. Maybe not. Maybe I am just fucked up. But I think my brain fog and my brain stuff could be better. I'm also going to try to get a sleep study because why the fuck not? I don't sleep well, never have, snore. Maybe I've got, maybe I need a CPAP machine. I don't fucking know. But I don't obsess about what could possibly be wrong anymore. But I take people's, like what they have to say and what possibilities. I'm always interested because I'm not going anywhere anyway. So it doesn't hurt for me to do a little research, but I don't obsess anymore. I don't rush anything. I'm not going to rush to the doctors or, nutritionists and find out, because I've gone through so many tests and bullshit to tell that I know everything comes out back normal. Everything does. So I'm not in a rush, but I will. I take it seriously though. When I'm telling you now what I think that's a good possibility. I think it might be. I don't know. It's hard to say. Some good people on this page, that genuinely care, and I don't get too many trolls. A couple once in a while, that give me a hard time, and it's stress. To be honest, it stresses me out. But I try not to listen too hard. It's not easy. Yeah, we really do, and it's like, but to go back to what I said originally about benzo buddies, there's obviously a lot of. It's good that it's a good this group, but there's no rules. I mean, people can say whatever the fuck they want, and if something helps them, it might destroy you, and that's kind of the trouble. You know? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, Terry. Nice to see you, Terry. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. But yeah, AC, it's the same thing. It's like I struggle to do what I do work wise. And people suggest to me to do a lot of things that if I did do that, I couldn't work. And people don't realize it's kind of like the COVID vaccine. I haven't been vaccinated yet, and I'm not against it, and I'm be glad to do it, but it will set me back. And I don't know how long it'll be before I can go back to work, because it'll probably take me out mentally for a while. Although COVID would do the fucking same, but right now I'm still debating. I just don't know what to do. Stupid. But I gotta work. I wish it was so simple. A lot of people in this situation have support where they don't have to work, and that's great. But did I hear that? People ask me why it's taken me so long to do the Remeron taper. Well, first off, it was because I'm already on year 4 of tapering that stuff, and one, the drug is fucking hell to taper, especially after my nervous system got shot from benzos. That's the problem mainly. And I have to work, so I have to deal with that. That's fucking crazy, you know? And I think part of my anxiety issue is knowing that I have to taper the rest of the Remeron. And I know what I'm going to have to deal with mentally. It'll be worse than anything I've dealt with. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's just at least slightly better than what I've dealt with in the past. But after that fuck up 4 or 5 months ago, I do not want it to be like that. But I still have the remnants of hell from that. The anxiety. I didn't have this anxiety issue like this throughout my benzo problem. And this makes it damn complicated to do a lot of shit. Like now it's like, I'm like, well, when I see the neurologist at the end of the month, I'm not going to push him to give me another MRI, that's for sure, because I ain't just sitting in no fucking tube. Crazy. Yeah, it's a huge waste of time. It's a huge waste of time. I know. It's terrible. It's like when you could be getting, if you were at home being supported by somebody, you could at least taper it and tolerate it better because at least you're at home. But people don't get it. And it's not a total sex thing, but I'm sorry, but the 5 years I've been here, it seems like men have it so much worse in this just because the way the world is set up. The guy's got to fucking work. And that's that. And I know that doesn't go 100%, but from what I've seen, it's just harder because it's like, what do? You have to taper a drug while doing a job and suffering like a motherfucker? Nah, that's bullshit. There's no support. I mean, you might have support from, a wife or girlfriend, but you still have to go out. I'm lucky I'm able to do what I do. I work on my own. It's hell. I can't imagine working for somebody else. I don't think I could. I would 95% don't think I could do it. The only thing I think I might be able to do is maybe telemarketing or something. I don't even think they do that anymore. I'm going to be signing off in a few minutes. No. So crazy, how? That's the only tough thing about not knowing people's names. You never know who you really are. Sorry about that. I just went on a rant about it too. I think I've made that mistake like 3 times this week with people. Sorry about that. It really is one day at a time. You know, before the Remeron fuck up, I was literally at like 1 week at a time. I did a lot. I was doing a lot better. But now it's one day at a time because every day is completely different. Cool. I wish we could type our names. Like when we sign into chat, we could just put whatever name we want. You could put your real first name. So it's like, you know, it's like I can actually get to know people versus screen names. Kind of sucks that way, but it is what it is. And I'll never remember everybody's names. Jeez. Yeah, it sucks. Jeez. I feel for you all. I know what I've gone through, and the fact that other people are going through it too. And literally, I'm talking to you right now. It's people going through the same fucking things. All a little bit different, but same bullshit. And literally, if I talk to a doctor about it, they're like, what? That doesn't exist. If it didn't exist, what the fuck are we talking about? Amazing. All right, I'm signing off in uno minuto. Try to get off. I always try to get off about 5:30 my time. Oh. Do more research on a printer. CAC. You have a good evening. I have no idea. I don't even get it. I can't even find the chats. Like when I shut them down, I haven't even seen one at all. So I try to go back because I figured they'd be under comments, but no. But yeah, I always click the same thing. I have to always click, no, this is not good for kids. You know, that's the only way I can have a chat is if I say kids aren't allowed. Whatever. I don't know. I'll look into it. I'm not sure. Maybe there's something I press once in a while. But anyway, you guys have a good evening. I'll try to be back on tomorrow. What day's tomorrow? Saturday? Might not tomorrow. I guess it depends. Girlfriend's off tomorrow, so we might do something. We'll see. Cool. All right. Will I feel good enough to go to Walmart? Oh, God, that'll ruin my night, though. Ugh. All right. I'll see you later. Take care.